it's Mike from Ghastly Tales. It's been a while since I've done an update video for the channel, so I thought I would make one today and let you know where we've been and what you can expect from us in the future. Don't worry, it won't be long, maybe a little bit boring, but it won't be long, I promise that. So first of all, I have a list here in front of me. First of all, you might have noticed that over the last 2 months, we have not produced nearly as many videos as we normally do. There's been a bunch of different reasons for that. First of all, some real life stuff, work and things like that get in the way. That's what happens. That's life. Can't do much about that. But also, we've been regrouping over the summer. I think, hopefully, you saw that we made a short film called A Haunted Dream. It's actually up on creepypasta.com at the moment. Obviously, you can see it on this channel as well. So we had a lot of fun doing that, and what we decided while we were making that was that we really wanted to begin a regular sort of movie production slate, so putting out a short film maybe every 2 months, something like that. So right now, Martin and Callum have been working on a little sci-fi horror film, which I've seen some of the footage they've shot. Hopefully you'll really enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to it. So you've got that to look forward to. I think they've shot everything now, so now it's just them editing it and doing post-production, and then it should be up on the channel soon. Martin and Callum have also been working on the next Ghastly Tales of Scotland. You might remember that we did one on Sonny Bean, who is a famous legend in Scotland about cannibalism. That video has actually been like one of our most successful videos. It's one that people just keep finding on YouTube, and it brings in a lot of subscribers, a lot of views for us. So we really wanted, not particularly for that reason, we wanted to do another quality project and do another episode of it, but on a different topic. Scotland is littered with many strange and uncanny stories. And basically, Martin has written this, he's presenting it, Callum's filming it, and hopefully that's going to be great. I won't say what it's on in case they want to do an announcement for that, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it as well. So what else have we got here? Yeah, so I wrote another short horror film. Right now, the working title is Two Ghost Stories. Sounds a little bit generic, so might change that at some point. And in some ways, this is kind of maybe going to be the most expansive thing that we've done yet. Loads of different locations, several actors, makeup effects, things like that. And the challenge of it for me is to make a film which is similar in tone to the stories that I write. That's what I really want to do. I really want to echo what I do in the short story format and the novel format. I want to echo that in making short films and hopefully a feature one day. That's one of my ambitions. And it's a learning process, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So I've written the script. The script's done. We've done a casting call. We've had a bunch of people, bunch of local actors and actresses apply to be in the film. We're looking to film that in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks tops, so it should be ready for October sometime. I'm not sure if it's going to be our Halloween film. I haven't decided that. If we can, we might do a small Halloween project if we can fit it in, but if not, then this will probably be the horror film for October. But I'm really excited for it. It's all about storytelling. It's all about a ghost story. It's about chills. There are no real jump scares in it. It's purely about creeping unease, and that's what I love in supernatural fiction. It's what I love in horror films as well. So I'm really hoping that we can capture that for you and that you guys will all enjoy it. So that should be out sometime in October. One of the other reasons that I haven't been uploading a lot is I've been working on a bunch of projects all at the same time, and I realised that I had to take a step back because it was just too much between work and the YouTube channel, and I've been writing scripts for the No Sleep podcast. Really excited for this. I've just turned in the first one. It's a complete radio script. It's like an hour long, and again, it's a ghost story. In many ways, it's sort of an anthology ghost story, this script. But David Cummings at the No Sleep podcast is producing it, and they're going to do an episode where they do the hour long show. And there's other stuff in the works with the No Sleep podcast as well that I'm really excited about. But I can't tell you about that right now, so shh. So we've got that to look forward to. I'll probably do an announcement video. That's one thing as well. I'm going to start doing videos when I upload things elsewhere. So I hope that doesn't annoy people too much. But if I upload a short story, I might do a short little video about the short story, to let you know that it's been uploaded somewhere else. Certainly when I do a book project, then I will definitely be doing like book trailers and things like that for the channel. So I'm really looking forward to that. And speaking of books, we're going to be doing our very first Ghastly Tales anthology. So I hope you know that I've written a lot of short stories, which I've narrated many of them for the channel. I've been really lucky in that they've been narrated and adapted in many different forms by people all around the world, translated into Portuguese and all manner of different languages, which I'm really, really chuffed with. But what you also should know if you follow this channel is that there's a group of us. It's a collection of friends, but there are two other writers who work on the channel. So there's Martin Yates and there's Mick Mass. So I've probably butchered Mick's second name. I've only known him for years. Anyway, so we're going to do a book release, which is a short story collection. I won't tell you the theme right now, but there's a running theme through it, which I'm quite excited for. We're each doing 4 stories for it, so there'll be 12 stories for those mathematicians out there. There'll be 12 stories in all in the book. And Alan Graham, who is also part of Ghastly Tales, you'll see his speed paintings on the channel sometimes. For the films and stuff like that, he's done a lot of artwork, and also he's done book covers for me before. And he also, like, if you see pictures of the Ghast, he designed the Ghast with me. In fact, a huge part, I'd say the majority of his visual look was down to Alan. So you'll see all the branding and stuff like that. That's like all Alan's work. He's just a fantastic artist. So he's going to be doing the book cover for it. Now, as for a release date, probably sometime early next year, I would imagine. It really depends how quickly we can each put the 4 stories together, and hopefully Callum is going to film a book trailer for us as well. So it's like a complete Ghastly Tales project. Really excited for that as well. On to the narrations. So I love doing narrations. I love doing adaptations. I'm a huge that bookcase over there. I'm a huge fan of short story collections. So I have loads of classic ghost stories. Some of them that aren't in print anymore, and they're all sort of public domain. Really, at the beginning, that's what Ghastly Tales was. I was adapting those, or I was narrating them. But obviously, what I've moved to now is narrating my own stories. Want to do that as much as possible. So hopefully now, as of next week, we will be getting back into a regular release schedule. I'm going to have to turn down the brightness here as the sun comes out, and you can see how pasty I am. So we're going to be doing more narrations. For me, I'm going to be doing mainly my own stuff. The next thing, I've already recorded it, is Off the Beaten Path. I know quite a few people requested that I do that, so I'm really excited for that as well. It's like an hour-long narration of that story. I think it's one of my most frightening stories. It's also one of my earliest, so I have it. It's got a special place in my heart. So I'm going to be doing that. Martin is working on narrations as well. He's actually sent me a narration to score, so he's already done that. And Whitney as well is working on some Lovecraft stuff. And I should say at this point, Whitney's narrations now, Whitney has her own YouTube channel. It's called Creeperoni. Some of you might not know that. I know some of you do. And I'm so happy that in the last month, I think, her channel's really taken off. I mean, she's been doing narrations for quite some time. And the reason that I asked her to join the Ghastly Tales team was because I really appreciated her narration skills. There are so many narrators out there, and there are loads of great ones. But as soon as I heard Whitney's, she actually did an adaptation of one of my stories, and that's how I sort of fell across it. But when I heard her voice, I just thought, this is a great narrator, and she only had like, I don't know, that time maybe 20 subs, something like that. She's worked so hard, and she's probably going to overtake Ghastly Tales soon. She probably will. She's just the last month, thousands of subscribers she's been getting. I'm so happy for her. So if you haven't subscribed to Creeperoni, go and check down in the description links. You will find a link to her channel. Go and subscribe to her. She does far more regular narrations than we do as a team. So Whitney's putting up maybe 2 or 3 narrations a week. So if you love quality narrations, go and check out Creeperoni and tell her we all said hi. So Whitney's also going to be still doing stuff for the channel, which I'm really, really happy about as well. Second last, Near Midnight. I talked about this a while ago. That is a 12-part radio anthology show that I've been working on. The first 3 scripts have been written. In fact, the first 2 shows have all but been recorded. We've got some great people involved in that, and I've got the 3rd script, which I've written specifically for Otis Gyrie, so I'm hoping that he's going to be able to do that. He did say that he would do it, but that was maybe a couple of months ago, so I need to go and get the 3rd one recorded with him. And we'll probably do the 6 episodes like I was originally planning, and then take a break and then do another 6 episodes. So it's like old time radio, suspense, escape, all those old shows. It's got a lot of the Twilight Zone in there as well. So I'm really, really happy with how that's been turning out. I hope people really take to it. It's going to be a step up for us in terms of audio production, because it's all going to be it's like radio dramatization. So the reason that it's been delayed is simply because too much has come up along the way. I originally wanted to get this out in somewhere like March, April, but the first episode of Near Midnight will be out in October, and October, as many of you know, leads into Halloween, and so Near Midnight will be a kind of centerpiece for the channel over that time, and you'll also have the film 2 ghost stories come out as well. So October should be jam-packed with hopefully really effective horror for all of you to enjoy. Lastly, the books that I've been working on, as many you know, I've been working for years on Bedtime, the novel. It's still not done, I'm afraid, but I know I keep saying this, it's very nearly done. I'm hoping to railroad Martin into actually being the editor on that one, but I haven't actually asked him yet. So this might be the first time they actually finds out about it. So I made myself go too dark. Oh, it's not working. Hey, good night. So God no, too much, Michael. So with regards to Bedtime, that is coming. It's going to be soon, I promise. Hopefully I can get Martin and a couple of others to help edit it a little bit, really, so I can get feedback, because the one thing with this novel is that I'm so nervous about it, because there's so much expectation, because the short stories have been so popular, and that changed my life, and now I'm coming to this as like, okay, you want a lot more? Here's a lot more. I hope it's terrifying. I've scared myself while writing it, so that's probably really self-involved and egotistical, but that's the only compass that I have when I'm writing. If I don't feel it, then I don't think the audience will feel it. So I'm hoping that you guys really like that. I'm also going to be releasing The Mermaid of Porthleven before the end of the year, which is a novella. It's longer than On a Hill. And it's basically the Goonies meets Lovecraft. It's about a group of children. The funny thing with this is that Stranger Things, the TV show, is really popular now, and I really wish I'd released this like a year ago, because people will probably think that there's parallels between it. But really, I mean, you can check out tweets and videos I've made about this stuff before, or blog posts I've made about this before. You know, I've been working on this book for some time, so it's done. It just really needs polished, and that'll be that. And last but by no means least, I'm going to do a second edition of On a Hill. It'll be better edited. Most of the criticisms on Amazon, I mean, I still have like nearly a 5-star rating on Amazon, and I've had like 108 reviews on Amazon.com and like about 50 or 60 on Amazon.co.uk, and I'm so lucky to have all of that. But the one criticism that people have given it is that it doesn't feel like an edited manuscript, and it's not really, if I'm honest. You know, I shared that story online originally, then I put it into a book. It was just to test the water to see how easy it was to self-publish a book. So I did that with On a Hill, and people think, hopefully people think this is a really good ghost story, but it needs honed in a little bit. And you know, there are typos, or well, a couple of typos, a couple of grammatical errors that need cleaned up. But I think it's where the language just needs tidied up a little bit. So I'm going to be doing that, and Alan Graham is going to be doing the cover for that, which is fantastic, because the cover it's on at the moment is really garish and horrible, and that's the cover that I made myself. Not good at that sort of thing. So maybe one day I would like to be good at it, but really not at the moment. So Alan is going to be putting his talents towards that. And I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. There's talk of a couple, 2 or 3 other projects on the horizon for Ghastly Tales. Callum has some great ideas for... well, I don't want to ruin it, but he has some great ideas for like ongoing like web series on the channel as well, and Martin, as ever's got a lot of great things in there as well. And we'll be doing some more live streams again. So we'll have, you know, me, Mick, and Callum. Hopefully we can get the rest of the guys and gal in on those live streams as well. And that's about it, really. Lots to look forward to. Have I blabbed on long enough? Have I bored you all to death? I do apologise. So, really looking forward to all of this. I hope you're all really looking forward to it. The next 3 or 4 months are going to be really hectic for Ghastly Tales. We're going to get tons of content out. We're aiming to try and get 10,000 subscribers. I know it's an arbitrary number, and you shouldn't really focus on subscriber numbers, but that was sort of one of the main aims. A little while ago at the start of the year, I was like, wouldn't it be great to get to the end of the year with 10,000 subs? We're just coming up for about 5,000, so we may not make it, but I'm so grateful to all of you for watching the channel. You know, I'll get all pretentious here. Life can be hard, yeah, but things can be difficult, and it's important to have things in your life. Obviously, your family and friends are the most important thing, but it's important to have things outside of that really excite you. And every time I see a comment come up on YouTube, positive comment, I'm just so happy that someone took the time to watch or listen or read something that I've made. Sorry, my computer's making noises now. Stop interrupting me, computer. But I'm so grateful that people take the time to engage with the stuff that we're doing. We're a smaller horror channel, but we're trying to put out as high quality stuff as possible for all of you to enjoy, and it's great. I love it, and as long as I'm on this planet, there'll always be a Ghastly Tales. So anyway, I'm going to shoot off now. I have things to do. You probably do as well. Saying that like you don't have things to do. You've got tons of things to do. Go and do them. I'll go and do my stuff, and hopefully the next video will be probably off the beaten path, hour-long narration that I've done of my story of the same name. So I will see you soon in the next video, and all of you have a great weekend. It's Thursday, but it's nearly the weekend. Go and enjoy yourselves. Bye.